You know, there are nearly 40 million family caregivers in the United States, and according to a new AARP report, 1 in 4 is a millennial. That's 25%. And here to tell us more about the study is AARP Communications Director Victoria Brown. Good morning, Victoria.
Good
Glad
morning.
you're here.
Thank you.
This is, to me, as alarming, not alarming as in a bad thing, but a surprise alarming that there are so many millennials doing this. So what are some of the findings from this study from the AARP?
Well, the study found that there is a surprising number of millennials that are taking on the role of a family caregiver within their home. You know, they're providing things such as meals, helping with medications, bathing, even some complex nursing tasks to make sure that their loved one is able to stay in the home as long as possible.
I guess they're doing things like also maybe I was not say applying, but making sure that administering medications and things too, right?
Yes.
You know, are they taking them on as a primary role, or are they also just one of many involved in this?
Well, the study shows that many of these millennial caregivers are caregiving 20 hours a week, so that's a significant amount of time.
Well, if they're doing it 20 hours a week, do they also have a job as well?
Yes, so 73% of these caregivers that we're referring to are employed and have a job. And a lot of these individuals aren't even, letting their supervisors or coworkers know that they have this caregiving role. Yes. I wonder
if they're just ashamed or just don't think it's something to even talk about, or is there any idea on that?
Well, when you just consider all the things that you have to balance between work and caregiving, a lot of times you just don't like to take those issues into the workplace.
Right.
So that means there has to be a change.
It could be their escape from a lot of they go to work to get some rest.
Right, definitely.
Maybe because it is a lot of work. Now, is there any help for millennials who may think they're kind of out there alone in this? Is there any help that AARP can provide, even though millennials aren't ready for AARP per se?
Right. Well, AARP thought this was a very significant issue, which is why we did the study. We have a lot of resources and information for caregivers of all ages on our website, aarp.org/AR. So there's plenty of information and resources out there.
All right. Well, I just find the whole thing kind of amazing, and also the millennial generation, I guess, in general, kind of gets a bad rap. But to see that 25% of all these caregivers, family caregivers, who do not get paid because they are family caregivers, are actually millennials.
Right, that's
kind of good news for them.
Yeah.
It's a generation that is stepping up, which probably in the years come there will be more and more. It's not like it's a trend that's going to go down, right?
No, it's definitely going to go up. So there has to be some changes. There has to be some workplace policies, changes in culture that support balance for these individuals.
All right, so millennials, you know millennials who are doing this, someone in the age of the 20s to 30 years old, tell them to go to aarp.org/AR to help them get more help. Victoria, thanks so much for being here this morning.
Thank you.
Hey, Alan's going to join us next. He's going to have the answer to today's Coffee Talk trivia question, so stay with us.